Thanks everybody for joining me today for our deep stretch workout. I'm gonna go ahead and press play on a little background music, and then we're gonna get into a warm-up. Starting by kind of just walking around your space. I have my yoga mat laid out today. I'm gonna take some steps in place or just some steps around, gently loosening up your body just by walking. As I'm walking, I like to add in some arm swings, swinging my arms forward and back, bringing my hands to about shoulder height, and then swinging them behind my back, loosening up your upper body a little bit. Also gonna swing my arms from left to right, giving yourself a big hug, extending your arms out wide, just whatever movement feels good for you as you slowly start to warm up your body. Once you're feeling good with walking it out, I'm gonna come to the center of my space. Gonna bring my feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Gonna start by taking a big inhale breath as I reach my hands up towards the ceiling, extending my arms as tall as they can reach towards the sky, feeling my spine stretch, and then on your exhale, bringing your arms down at your side, fingertips point towards the floor. Let's do that 3 times. You can follow along with me or at your own pace. Taking that big inhale breath, feeling your lungs fill with air as you reach tall. And then exhale, letting your breath out as your hands come down towards your side, fingertips to the floor. Last one here, biggest breath yet, filling your lungs, reaching tall towards the sky. And then when you're ready, exhale. Hands are coming back down at your side. From here, we're gonna do that same thing, but this time we're gonna add in a forward fold with a halfway lift. Starting by taking that big inhale breath, reaching your hands up towards the ceiling. This time on your exhale, I'm gonna hinge at my waist. Hands are gonna come down towards the floor, towards your knees, your toes, wherever you can reach down. And then when you're ready, we're gonna come up halfway. So I'm gonna bring my hands up to about knee height until my chest is parallel to the ground in this halfway lift. Taking another inhale breath, and then on your exhale, coming back down into that forward fold. Hands are coming back down towards the floor. One more time here into that halfway lift, taking your inhale, raising your body up halfway. And then exhale, forward fold, hands come back down to the ground. Pausing at the bottom in this forward fold, and when you're ready, slowly uncurling your spine to come back up to standing. I'm going very slow, uncurling one vertebrae at a time. My head is the last thing to lift forward until I'm back up to standing, letting my body go back to that neutral position, taking an inhale and exhale to let your body recover. From here, let's move into some neck circles, or neck half circles. I'm gonna start by bringing my left ear down towards my left shoulder, feeling that stretch on the right side of my neck. From here, I'm gonna bring my chin to my chest, nose points towards the floor, and then slowly bringing my right ear to my right shoulder. Now I'm feeling that stretch on the left side of my neck. And at your own pace here, let's do about 3 to 5 of these half neck circles, just moving from the left to the right. I like to go pretty slow to feel every stretch as I'm slowly moving my neck from left to right. One more here. And in 3, 2, 1, gonna bring my head back up to neutral, let my shoulders relax. Taking in a big inhale breath and exhale. From here, let's move into arm circles. You can do one arm at a time or both arms at the same time, whatever your preference is. Bringing my arms into a T position. I'm gonna start with big circles forward. So really reaching tall, extending my arms as long as they can to really feel that full range of motion in your reach. After a couple big circles forward, I'm gonna make them a little bit smaller, a little bit quicker. And then when you're ready, letting my arms fall down at my side, shake it out. Gonna do the same thing the opposite direction. Now backward circles, starting with big circles backwards. This time, My hands are coming up overhead and my arms are gonna fall back behind my back, so my chest puffs out forward. A couple of those big circles, and then making them a little bit smaller, a little bit quicker. And in 3, 2, 1, letting my arms fall down at my side, and I'm just gonna shake it out. Wiggle my fingers, couple punches towards the ground, just shaking my arms out, and then letting my upper body go still. From here, we're gonna take our hands, reaching fingertips to the sky. We're gonna do a cactus and pull here. So we're gonna move our arms into a goalpost or those cactus arms. So right now, fingertips pointed towards the ceiling. From here, bending my elbows until my elbows and my shoulders are in line with each other in that goalpost or cactus arm with my head in the center. My shoulder blades are slightly squeezing together, so my chest is puffing out forward, feeling that stretch in my shoulders, in my chest, and in my back. And we're just gonna move through that about 3 times, extending your arms up towards the ceiling, taking a big inhale breath, and then on your exhale, back into those cactus or goalpost arms, squeezing your shoulder blades together, chest puffs out slightly forward. And 3rd time through, extending your arms tall towards the ceiling, elbows are straight, taking that big inhale breath. Last one here, pulling your arms into that cactus or goalpost position. And in 3, 2, 1, and release, letting your arms fall down at your side. We'll finish out this little upper body warm up with some shoulder circles. Again, you can do both shoulders at the same time or one at a time, whatever your preference is. Bringing your shoulders up towards your ears, fingertips stay pointed towards the floor. I'm gonna start with circles backwards. So bringing my shoulders behind my back, chest comes forward, shoulder blades squeeze together, and then bringing them around to the front. At your own pace, couple shoulder rolls backwards, and then when you're ready to switch directions, we'll go shoulder rolls forward. This time, as our shoulders come up to our ears, we're gonna bring our shoulders in front of our chest. So you can kind of feel your chest cave in, your shoulder blades separate behind your back, just the opposite direction. And in 3, 2, 1, letting your shoulders go still. Upper body can recover. From here, let's move into some marching in place. So I'm gonna go very slow and controlled on this one, bringing one knee at a time up towards our chest. So we're working on a little bit of balance here as I bring my right knee up towards my chest, balancing on that left foot, left ankle, feeling that stretch in my hips, in my hamstrings, and then slowly lower that right foot down and then switch to the left. Left knee comes up towards your chest in that high knee position and just alternating. Again, slow and controlled, but at your own pace here, focusing on feeling that hamstring stretch, that balance a little bit, and that hip warm up and engagement. We'll go for about 10 more seconds, just this marching in place. And in 3, 2, 1, bringing both feet back down towards the ground. We're gonna move into open the gate. So very similar this time, except we're gonna take that knee out wide to stretch the insides of our groin. So starting with my right knee coming up towards my chest, this time I'm gonna bring my right knee out wide to the right and then lower my right foot to the floor and bring my feet together. And then switch to the left. Left knee comes up to my chest, taking that left knee out wide to the left and then lowering your left foot down, feet come together. Doing about 3 to 5 on each leg, opening the gate at your own pace. Still kind of focusing on that slow and controlled movement. Really feel the stretch every time you're moving. And last one. And in 3, 2, 1. Lowering both feet down to the floor, bringing our feet together. I'm gonna finish it out here with some close the gate. So now same thing, but opposite. My right knee is gonna start out wide to the right. This time I'm gonna bring that right knee in towards my body and then lower my foot down towards the floor. So same movement, just opposite direction with our close the gate. Engaging the outsides of our hips on this one as we're bringing our knee in towards our body on both sides. Same thing here, about 3 to 5 on each leg. And in 3, 2, 1, and lower both feet down towards the floor. Taking in a big inhale breath, letting it out through your nose or through your mouth, and then just shaking out your body. I'm gonna do some kicks forward with my legs, wiggle my toes, just shake it all out, get all the wiggles out before letting our body go still. I'm gonna grab a quick sip of water, and then we're gonna get into our first flow. We're gonna start in a seated position. So if you wanna grab some water and then just make your way down onto your mat into a comfortable seated position. I'm gonna turn up the music just a little bit in the background, and we're gonna get into it. We're gonna start with a seated side bend stretch. So once you're in that comfortable seated position, sitting up tall, checking in with your posture here. As we are seated, we still want our spine to be in a straight line, head directly facing the ceiling, sitting up as tall as you can. From here, we're gonna go into our side bend stretch. I'm gonna plant my left hand on the ground, and then with my right hand, fingertips coming up overhead, pointing to the wall to the left as I lean my body over to that left side, finding a range of motion that works for you here, and getting to a point where you can hold it for about 5 seconds in that side bend stretch. And in 3, 2, 1, coming back up, lowering that right hand down towards the floor. Right palm will plant onto the ground, and then we'll switch to the left. Left hand will come up overhead. Fingertips are now pointing to the wall to the right. Keeping your chest facing forward as you lean over to that right side, feeling that side body stretch on your left. And again, holding it for about 5 seconds here. And then when you're ready, we're just gonna move through this movement for about 25 seconds, going from left to right through this side body stretch, moving at your own pace. Maybe one side needs a little bit extra time than the other. So just listening to what feels good in your body as we move from that left to right seated side body stretch. Coming back up to the center between each rep that we're taking to really get that full stretch and full range of motion. We'll go for about 10 more seconds here. And in 3, 2, 1, raising or lowering your hand back down to the ground, taking a moment to let your body recover here. We're gonna stay in this seated position, and now we're gonna move into a seated core twist. So right now, chest is facing forward. I'm gonna plant my right hand behind my back on my right side, and then my left hand is gonna grab onto my right knee, and I'm gonna turn my chest to face the wall to the right. So I'm feeling this core stretch, a little bit of a lower back stretch. In this seated position, you can also kind of feel it in your hips a little bit as you're holding. And when you're ready, bringing our chest back to center, taking a moment to let your body rest, and we'll repeat the same thing on the left side. When you're ready, this time my left hand is gonna come behind my back on the left side, planting it on the ground. Right palm is gonna grab onto my left knee, and I'm gonna turn my chest to face the wall to the left. Same thing here, just holding for a few seconds, and we'll be able to move through at your own speed for about another 25 seconds. Switching from left to right, and whatever pace feels good for you. Holding on each side for about 5 to 10 seconds before you return to center, and then switch to the opposite side. Final 10. And last one. In 3, 2, 1. Bringing your body back to center. Chest faces forward, giving your body a moment to recover here. From here, we're going to go into not a side bend, but a side body stretch. So kind of focusing on the outsides of our hips and our obliques. For a stretch here, I'm going to plant my right hand on the floor on my right side. I'm going to keep my left hand either on my leg or on my knee, whatever position feels good there. From here, I'm going to bend my right elbow as I lean over to the right and finding a range of motion, again, in a spot that feels good to just hold it for about 5 to 10 seconds. You might be able to bring your elbow all the way down to the ground so your forearm is flat on the ground. You may just have a slight bend in your elbow until you feel that stretch on your left side oblique, your left side lower back, and your left side hip. Chest stays facing forward, head can face forward. And in 3, 2, 1, coming back up to center, straighten out that right elbow, and we're gonna switch sides. This time I'm gonna plant my left hand on the ground next to my left knee. Same thing here, bending that left elbow as you lean over to that left side, finding a spot where you can hold it here, feeling that stretch this time all throughout our right obliques, our right lower back, our right hip. And in 3, 2, 1, coming back up to center. We'll do that one more time on both sides. Again, kind of switching and moving through at your own pace here. Starting on that right side, right hand plants down, bending through that right elbow as you lean over to the right. And in 3, 2, 1, back to center. Final time, left hand plants down, bending into that left elbow. And in 3, 2, 1, coming back up into a seated position, chest faces forward. Just give your body a moment to recover here. When you're ready, we are going to extend our legs out straight. So just adjusting your position to have your legs extended out in front. Still finding that tall seated position. We're gonna go into a seated forward fold here. Toes point up towards the ceiling, spine is sitting up tall. We're gonna take a big inhale breath as we reach our hands, fingertips to the sky. And then on your exhale, we're gonna hinge at our waist, hands try to grab our toes, our ankles, our knees. Trying to bring your chest down towards your thighs, feeling that stretch in the backs of your legs, your hamstrings, your lower back. We're gonna hold for about 10 more seconds here. And in 3, 2, 1, slowly come back up to that tall seated position. I like to drag my hands across my legs until I'm back up into a tall seated position. We're gonna do that forward fold one more time. Taking that big inhale breath, reaching tall towards the sky, fingertips to ceiling. And then on your exhale, hands are coming forward. Maybe this time you can reach just 1 inch further. Feeling that stretch just a little bit deeper. We're gonna hold for about 15 seconds here to finish out this seated forward fold. And in 3, 2, 1, very slowly coming back up to that seated position. Hands are dragging on my legs as I'm coming back up, uncurling my spine until I'm back into a tall seated position. From here, I'm going to go into a butterfly stretch, bringing the bottoms of my feet together, finding a butterfly position. You're in your feet position. The closer your feet are to your body, the deeper that knee bend will be. The farther away your knees are from your body, the longer your bend will be. So just finding a space where you're feeling that comfortable stretch on the inside of your groin and the outside of your hips. Once you find that position, I'm going to grab onto my toes and just gently lean forward, bringing my chest towards my feet until you find a spot where you can hold this stretch for about 15 seconds here. And in 3, 2, 1, releasing that grip on your feet, coming back up to a seated position. This time in our butterfly, I'm going to plant my hands behind my back, palms flat on the ground behind me. Fingertips are facing the wall behind me as well. I'm going to just gently lean back into my palms. So my palms are taking my weight of my upper body as I lean back. My feet are staying in that butterfly position, so I kind of feel my hips opening a little bit wider here as I'm leaning back. I'm going to push my chest forward, squeeze my shoulder blades together to really just open up that chest, your hips, but while still holding that butterfly position. We're going to hold here for another 15. And in 3, 2, 1, and release, bringing your hands off of the ground, maybe extending those legs out straight, giving your groin and your hips a little bit of a rest. We're going to finish out this little seated sequence with a seated cat-cow. So finding one more seated position that feels good. My legs are crossed and I'm just kind of sitting crisscross applesauce, but you can find your own comfortable seated position here. I'm going to take one of each of my hands on each of my knees. My right hand is on my right knee, left hand is on my left knee. Checking in with your posture, sitting up tall, we're going to move through a little seated cat-cow. So to start, I'm going to bring my belly button forward, using my hands as leverage to really push my chest forward, my belly button forward to feel that arch in my spine. Holding that position for a moment, and then when you're ready, we're going to go the opposite way, bringing your belly button to your spine. Your spine is going to extend towards the wall behind you. Chin is going to come to chest, feeling your chest and stomach kind of cave in the opposite direction here. Still holding onto your knees for that little leverage. And then just moving through that cat-cow at your own pace, finding a range of motion that feels good for you, maybe playing around with the movements just a little bit. You feel a little bit different in a seated position than in a tabletop, so just finding what feels good here. We'll move through this for about 20 more seconds. As you're bringing that belly button to spine, chin to chest, feeling your shoulder blades expand, your spine like it's trying to touch the wall behind you. And then opposite direction. And in 3, 2, 1. Letting your spine come back to neutral, letting your body recover here. This is a great time to grab some water if you need. Maybe shake it out, find a different position to just let your body recover. We're going to get into a tall kneeling position next, after you've maybe grabbed some water, shake out your body a little bit. For some kneeling lunges and a kneeling hamstring stretch. So when you're ready, finding that tall kneeling position, your butt is off of your legs, the bottoms of your feet are flat on the ground behind you. I'm gonna start with my right leg, planting my right foot on the ground in front of me. So my right knee is at a 90-degree angle. Finding a place with where your right foot is planted so that there's a good distance between your left knee and your right foot. If it's too close together, you might find that balance is a little tricky. So finding a really good spot where you feel stable in this kneeling position. From here, I'm gonna put my hands on my hips. You can have your hands wherever. I'm gonna push my hips forward to deepen that bend in my right knee until I'm at a spot where I feel that stretch in my hamstring on my right leg, my glutes, and my hips. Still trying to keep your right knee in line with your right ankle and right toes. You don't want your knee to come over your toes. We're gonna hold here just for a few more seconds. And in 3, 2, 1. From here, I'm gonna move my hips backwards, extending that right leg out straight if you can, sticking my butt back until I feel that stretch now in the backs of my right leg, from my right ankle, through the back of my right knee. And we're just gonna move through that forward and backward motion for about 15 seconds. So once you're ready, pushing your hips forward, deepening that bend in your right knee, chest faces forward. And then at your own speed, bringing your hips back, extending that right knee straight. You can use your hands on the ground for a little support and balance here. And in 3, 2, 1. Coming back up to a tall kneeling position, I'm gonna bring my right knee down onto the ground, taking a moment here to recover. If you need to give your knees a little bit of a break, I like to sit back onto my feet. Maybe you have a different position. We're gonna do the same thing on the left leg when you're ready. In my tall kneeling position, planting my left foot on the ground, finding a good spot for that left foot and right knee distance. Hands are on my hips, gonna push my hips forward as I deepen the bend in my left leg this time. Into this deep kneeling lunge. Stretching all throughout the left side of your leg. And then when you're ready, same thing here, gonna bring our hips back, butt is gonna come back towards the wall behind us. As we straighten out that left leg, I'm gonna bring my fingertips down to the ground just for a little support if you need. And then same thing, just gonna move through that sequence of lunging, hips forward, and then extending, hips come back. We'll go for about 15 more seconds here on this left side at your own pace. But taking a little bit of time in each movement to feel the stretch. And in 3, 2, 1, and release, coming back up, bringing that left knee back down, taking a moment to let your body recover. Again, in whatever recovery position, I like to sit back onto my feet so my knees have a little bit of a rest here. I'm also gonna grab a sip of water. Next, we're gonna get into a tabletop position for a little tabletop sequence. I'm gonna start in hands underneath my shoulders, knees are underneath my hips. We're gonna start by extending our right leg out to the right. So I'm extending my right leg until it is straight. on that right side. You can have your right foot either planted flat on the floor or just have the side of your right foot against the ground. Whatever position there feels good for you, but we're focusing on stretching our inside, the inside of our right groin, inside of our right leg, and our hip adductors here. In this position, two options. You can hold this tabletop that we're in right now, or if it feels good, you can bring your butt back towards your left foot, kind of like you're sitting back in a child's pose. That's just gonna deepen the stretch a little bit further. If that feels good for you, you can take that option. If not, just holding that tabletop where we were. Maybe you move through a little bit of both, making the movement a little dynamic. And in 3, 2, 1, bringing my right leg back into that tabletop position, taking a moment here to take a deep breath. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the left leg. When you're ready, extending that left leg out to the left, so my left leg is straight. Again, that left foot can be planted flat on the ground or just the side of your foot, maybe just your toes, whatever feels good there. This time, feeling the stretch on the inside of our left leg. And then same thing here, holding that high tabletop or bringing your butt back towards that right foot, almost like a child's pose with that leg extended, arms extended out in front of you. Whatever movement feels best for you here. And in 3, 2, 1, bringing that left knee back into the start. You can take a moment here to recover in a different position than tabletop if you need. From here, we're going to move into a thread the needle. We're going to start by bringing our right hand, fingertips to the ceiling. So I'm opening my chest up to the right side. My nose is going to point towards the ceiling as I'm extending my right arm tall, trying to have a straight line from my left hand all the way through to the right as my fingers are reaching the ceiling. And then when you're ready, we're going to take this into a thread the needle. Right hand is going to come down through the space created by my left hand and my left knee as I'm reaching my right hand to the wall to the left, bringing my right shoulder down to the ground. Maybe my head comes to the ground as well. Feeling a deep twist in your core, in your lower back. And in 3, 2, 1, planting that right hand back down into your tabletop position. We're going to repeat the same thing on the left side. This time, left hand is going to come fingertips to the ceiling. You're opening your chest up now to that left side. Head can point towards the ceiling, or maybe it stays pointing towards the left. Finding that straight line with both of your arms. And then when you're ready, taking this into a thread the needle, left hand is going to come through that space created by your right hand and your right knee, reaching as far as you can to that right wall. As your shoulder comes down, your head might come down. We'll hold here. And in 3, 2, 1, the left hand is going to plant back down on that left side. Going to finish out this tabletop sequence with a little down dog. Going to curl my toes. So now my toes are on the ground. When you're ready, extending your legs straight, hips and butt come up towards the ceiling. extending tall, feeling that calf stretch. If down dog does not feel good for you right now, you can take this calf stretch just up against a wall in a standing position if that feels better for you. From here, we're going to just pedal out our feet. So 1 foot at a time, bringing it down, or 1 knee at a time. I'm just going to bend and extend like we're just walking in place in this down dog position. As you bring 1 heel at a time towards the mat, feeling that calf stretch, that ankle stretch. Trying to bring your chest as close as you can to your knees, really extending your arms straight here, feeling that upper back stretch. And in 3, 2, 1, lowering back down into that tabletop position from your downward dog. Take a moment here to let your body recover. Maybe you recover in child's pose, maybe just in a seated position. Maybe you grab some water, whatever feels good here in this moment to just recover. We're going to finish out kind of our last little sequence here in a lying position. So when you're ready and want to get into a lying position, laying on our backs, legs extended out in front of us, really taking up as much space as you can with your body, extending long, hands are down at your side, back is flat against the ground. I like to just take a moment once we get into this lying position to just take a couple deep breaths. Feel your back against the ground, against your yoga mat. Just let your body recover through a couple breaths here. I'm going to bring my right knee in towards my chest. You can keep your left leg extended long, or you can bring your left foot on the ground to have your left knee bent. Whatever feels better for you. Squeezing that right knee, hugging it into your chest. From here, taking that right knee out a little bit wider to the right. Letting that right knee kind of fall down to that right side, using my right hand to guide it for a little extra. From here, I'm going to go into a lying twist, bringing my right knee across my body to the left, bringing my right knee over to the left, seeing if I can plant maybe my right foot on the ground on that left side. Trying to keep my shoulders planted on the floor, chest facing the ceiling. So I'm really maximizing that core twist in my lower back. And in 3, 2, 1, bringing that right knee back over. I'm going to keep my right knee hugged into my chest. I'm going to go into a half happy baby here. So I'm going to bring my right hand, grabbing the outside of my right foot. You can adjust your left leg if needed. I'm going to bring my left foot flat on the ground. Using my right hand on the outside of my right foot to kind of just gently pull down towards the ground. The bottom of my right foot is facing the ceiling for this half happy baby pose. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Lowering my right foot back down to the ground, extending both of my legs straight back into that lying position. We're going to do the same thing now on our left. So when you're ready, hugging that left knee into your chest. I have both of my hands on the top of my left knee and just gently pulling in towards my body. From here, I'm gonna bring my left knee out a little bit wider to the left, using my left hand to kind of guide that knee to a spot where I can hold it for a few seconds. And then when you're ready, taking this into a lying twist, this time our left leg is going to come across our body to the right. Finding a spot where you can hold it here, thinking about keeping your shoulders on the ground, chest facing the ceiling. And in 3, 2, 1, bringing that left knee back to our starting position. Gonna go to half happy baby on our left leg. If you want to bring your right foot flat to the ground, gonna use my left hand to grab onto the outside of my left foot. Left foot, bottom of my left foot faces the ceiling, pulling that foot down towards my body in this half happy baby pose. And in 3, 2, 1, I'm gonna lower my left foot back down to the floor. Right now, both of my feet are flat on the ground, my knees are bent. Taking a moment here just to let my body recover. We're gonna move into some windshield wipers with our knees. I'm gonna keep my knees together. I'm just gonna move them from left to right, letting them fall down on either side while I'm trying to keep my shoulders and my chest fixating the ceiling. So I'm feeling that lower core twist, my hips opening up, and that stretching my lower back. Maybe you move your feet a little bit further away from your body to make those windshield wipers just a little bit bigger. Maybe you move your feet in closer to make that bend a little bit more intense. And in 3, 2, 1, I'm gonna bring my knees back up, or bringing my knees to neutral, feet are flat on the ground. From here, I'm gonna open both of my knees out wide and just let them fall to the ground. You can have the bottoms of your feet together, so kind of like a lying butterfly. Letting your knees fall to either side. Just taking a couple deep breaths. And in 3, 2, 1, bringing my knees back up, feet flat on the ground. We'll finish this little sequence out by bringing both of our knees into our chest, getting into this little egg shape, this ball shape, hugging both of your knees, feeling your spine against the floor. I'm gonna rock from left to right gently, a little forward and back. Maybe just rocking in a circle, going clockwise. And then counterclockwise. Whatever feels good here to just massage your back against the floor. From this knee to chest position, we're gonna make our way onto our stomach. So you can either roll over or sit up and just turn over. Whatever feels good for you, making our way onto our stomach for a little cobra into child's pose. Extending my legs straight out behind me, my chest and my stomach are on the ground. I'm going to plant my hands underneath my shoulders. Option here to go into a full or a half cobra, whatever feels better. Going to extend your elbows straight, chest faces forward for full cobra. For a half cobra, keeping your forearms on the ground and just lifting your chest to face the wall in front of you. Half cobra, a little less impact on your lower back, so that might be a good option. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Bringing your chest back down, bending your elbows. Taking a moment here to just recover before we go one more time into our cobra. And in 3, 2, 1. Final time here. Cobra, half cobra. Chest and head face forward. And in 3, 2, 1. And release. Chest comes back down to the floor. Maybe your head comes down as well. From here, we're going to move into child's pose, coming up into that tabletop position. Knees are stacked underneath your hips. I'm going to bring my toes together and my knees out wide just a little bit further. Sitting back onto my feet as I'm keeping my arms extended out in front of me. Maybe you can walk your hands even further forward as your chest comes closer to the ground, your head comes to the ground. And we're going to hold here. From here, I'm going to walk both of my hands over to the right, finding a good position that feels good for you. Keeping that child's pose, but I'm feeling that stretch now a little bit more in my left side body as I'm reaching to the right. And then same thing on the left side. Gonna walk my hands over to the left. Still holding that child's pose, now feeling that stretch throughout the right side of my body. Walking my hands back to center. And in 3, 2, 1. Gonna come up out of my child's pose into a tabletop position. From there, lowering my hips down, coming into a seated position. We are going to get into our final pose of breathing and restoration. I'm going to just lay flat on my back with my legs extended. You can find whatever final position works best for you. We're just going to take this time to let our body recover and focusing on our breathing for about 2 to 3 minutes here. from whatever position you're in right now, I'm going to start to add just some gentle movement. I'm going to start wiggling my toes, maybe rolling your ankles, wiggling your fingers. Just starting to wake your body up from that final position. When you're ready, and if you would like, I'm going to slowly make my way into a seated position just to finish off with a little bit of deep breathing. You can keep in whatever your final position was, if that is your choice. Once I'm in my seated position, I'm going to bring my hands to my knees, sitting up tall here. We're going to take in a big breath in through your nose, and we're going to exhale through our mouth. When you're ready, inhale. And exhale through your mouth. We're going to do that 2 more times. Big inhale through your nose, filling your lungs, feeling your shoulders reach up towards the sky. And then release. Final time here, big inhale breath, filling up your lungs as deep as you have all day today. Through your nose, feeling your shoulders lift, your lungs inhale. And then exhale through your mouth, letting it all go, letting your body release. Finishing it out here just by shaking it out, shaking out your hands, your fingers, rolling your shoulders a couple times. That is all I have for us today. Thanks everybody for joining me for our deep stretch workout. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and we will see you next time. Thanks everybody.
Thanks, Ashley. I appreciate it.